Hello everyone. So today I thought I'll probably talk about dependencies in org mode. Now if you're using org mode for tracking tasks, maybe working on your projects, then I'm sure eventually you will reach a point where you will think about dependent tasks. So this is something that is of course a very common thing to do, or people want to do if they are using any tool for tracking their work. And there is a way, by the way, to do it in org mode, and I'll probably show you very quickly how I manage my dependencies and how I try to keep things very simple. Now, in org mode, of course, you can have this. You can of course have this parent, which is, let us say, this particular task. So this is of course your parent, and what this parent will have or can have is maybe your parent can have its own schedule dates. Maybe it could be a to-do item, and if you have a parent with, let us say, multiple tasks under it, then you can of course have these subtrees, and that is how I use org mode for 99% of my task management. I basically have a parent, and then I have children and subtasks. So basically, if let us say this particular parent needs 3 tasks to be done, I'll probably create a subtree. So this is of course my task number A, which is again a to do, that task number B, and of course I can create one more, task number C. So this is of course great, and it works really well for me. But the thing is that org mode will not, if you're using this approach, org mode will not really stop you from closing your parent, right? This is something which I in fact quite like, because sometimes I do want to close my parent without closing these subtasks, and why I'm using subtasks, maybe I'm just using Jira terminology, but I'm basically talking about this child activity. Now the thing is, using org mode, if you read this documentation, there are actually some possibilities. So there is a variable which is called as org enforce to do dependencies, which I believe you can use to basically enforce dependencies, as the name suggests. But what I normally prefer and what I normally do is I use something like this. If you do something like this, slash, and if you press Control C, it will let me just make sure you are able to see me. So if you press Control C, or let us do it again. So let us say you want to know. The thing about org mode is that we have these options to fold. So if you're looking at this parent activity, you might not know what is inside it, or you might not know the overall progress. So what I normally do, I use this slash, and also you can insert, percentage if you want. And now if you press Control C, you will get some idea about what is happening at this particular parent level. Now you can have, of course, maybe 3 child. And if you close the first one, of course, you will see the percentage. If you close the second one, you will see again more percentage. If you create a new task D, you can see here that at the parent level, you can of course press. You can again press Control C to come on. So, come on. I think what you need to do is, let me try one more time. This is something that, okay, so we are talking about 2 out of 4. Yes, okay, now this works. So this is something that you can of course do, and this works fine for me. There is also one more possibility where you can actually use a property called ordered, which I believe will let you enforce that you have to follow these subtasks, or you have to basically close these child activities in this order. And for doing this, you need to basically insert a property called ordered with the value t. So you can do that. So let us go back to the let us go back to this, and what I can do, I can press Control C. Come on, Control X, CP. I think I'm losing this. Control C. I think I'm doing something wrong. Or maybe I forgot the shortcut. So basically what you can do is you can actually insert this. I don't really want to close this file. I think I pressed Control X, Control C. So basically you can insert this properties. Basically this drawer called properties, and you can actually insert this value. I was trying to insert this property using, I think the shortcut is Control X CP. No, not Control X CP. Control X Control CP, I guess. No. Control X Control C will close Emacs. So basically you can insert this drawer here to make sure the entries are followed in a specific order, which you can also enforce. But again, I try not to use this enforcement. I use these methods to show my parents, show at the parent level how many subtasks or what is the percentage. In some cases, not always, but if this is what you're also trying to do, maybe dependencies, you can take a look at the variable here and you can try to use this. It might work for you, and you can also have things simple. I'm not really sure if there's a way to have these dependencies across different headers, or maybe you may have a header in some way in some other file. I think for that particular case you can probably use org-rome. I do use org-rome, but I don't really use org-rome for planning the work. I use it for organizing my thoughts, and I made few videos, wonderful videos on org-rome. And good thing about org-rome is that you can actually have a visual interconnected nodes, which I believe I showed. And the moment you click on one of the nodes, it will take you to the actual entry. This is really good thing about org-rome. But if you're trying to work on a project where you have some dependencies, then I think based on my usage of org mode, I think keeping things using hierarchies, creating hierarchies is probably the best way. But do let me know if you have a better way of doing it, especially if you want to create dependencies across different headers, maybe across different files, because that can be useful, I guess. So that is all I wanted to talk about and show you in this video. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and you learned something new today. Thank you very much. Bye bye.